Hello again. Welcome back to Video Gamers Oasis on TikTok, also available on YouTube. Make sure to follow and subscribe. Click the notification bell if you haven't already. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is another video game manual reading. We're about to read Super Mario Brothers 1 for the NES Instruction Booklet. Now, I previously read the original Super Mario Brothers 2 for the NES. You can watch that video. There's a link in the description and on the video where you can click it and watch that video. It's a series of videos on TikTok, and on YouTube it's a one big large video where I read the entire manual. And just incidentally, I'm wearing my wise old professor, gray-haired professor, sitting by the fire, crackling fire in the background, reading instruction manuals. I'm going to be making a series of these videos in the future where I take a classic retro video game instruction booklet and breathe some life into it by reading it out loud, page by page. So if you're into this kind of stuff, keep watching. Send some likes, send some love if you like retro gaming and retro gaming trivia. We're about to begin reading the Super Mario Brothers 1 for the NES Instruction Booklet. Super Mario Brothers trademark Instruction Booklet. We have a nice starry black background, looks like outer space on this manual. Super Mario Brothers trademark is in red, big bold red letters, and the instruction booklet text is in white letters. Close up, if we look close up, we see a series of logos that were in the Super Mario Brothers, actually in the Nintendo NES game series, that would indicate what kind of genre. There was adventure, action, adventure, sports, arcade, light gun, I suppose, and they would have a little indicator symbol indicating the genre. If you look closely, this icon says Action Series. This is on the front cover of the Super Mario Brothers for the NES instruction booklet. Page 1. There's a rectangle with two lines, two layered rectangle, and inside the rectangle it reads, "Look for this seal on all software and accessories for your Nintendo Entertainment System. It represents Nintendo's commitment to bringing you only the highest quality products. Items not carrying this seal have not been approved by Nintendo and are not guaranteed to meet our standards of excellence in workmanship, reliability, and most of all, entertainment value." Here is a close-up of the sun symbol that's on the bottom right corner of the rectangle on this page. Inside the circle, it says in gold letters, "This seal is your assurance that Nintendo" logo with the reserve sign in the corner of the O, "Nintendo has approved and guaranteed the quality of this product." I remember purchasing this and any other Nintendo games. Just about every video game except a few engine games. Most of these games of Nintendo are approved. They have that seal of approval from the Nintendo Corporation. This is on page 1. Page 2. First line reads, "Thank you for selecting the Nintendo" reserved symbol, "Entertainment System" trademark, "Super Mario Brothers" trademark, "Pak." There's a outline of a box, and inside the box it reads, "Object of the game / game description. One day, The kingdom of the peaceful mushroom people was invaded by the Koopa, a tribe of turtles famous for their black magic. The quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere stones, bricks, and even field horsehair plants, and the mushroom kingdom fell into ruin. The only one who can undo the magic spell on the mushroom people and return them to their normal selves is the Princess Toadstool, the daughter of the Mushroom King. Unfortunately, she is presently in the hands of the Great Koopa Turtle King. Mario, the hero of the story, brackets, maybe, hears about the mushroom people's plight and sets out on a quest to free the Mushroom Princess from the evil Koopa and restore the fallen kingdom of the mushroom people. You are Mario. It's up to you to save the mushroom people from the black magic of the Koopa. Final paragraph. Please read this instruction booklet to ensure proper handling of your new game, and then save the booklet for future reference. Bottom left corner, copyright 1985, Nintendo. This is on page 2. Page 3. There are 2 different subheadings on this one page, so I'm going to divide it in half. First of all, number 1 subheading reads Precautions. 1. This is a high precision game. It should not be stored in places that are very hot or cold. Never hit or drop it. Do not take it apart. 2. Avoid touching the connectors. Do not get them wet or dirty. Doing so may damage the game. 3. Do not clean with benzene, paint thinner, alcohol, or other such solvents. Note: in the interest of product improvement, Nintendo Entertainment System specifications and design are subject to change without prior notice. This game has been programmed to take advantage of the full screen. Some older model TVs have rounded screens and may block out a portion of the image. Paragraph 2. Subheading: Names of controller parts and operating instructions. Controller 1 / controller 2. We have an asterisk controller 1 for 1-player game, an asterisk controller 2 for 2nd player in 2-player game. We have a plus symbol and the control pad. Moves Mario, brackets, or Luigi. And here's the design of the control pad. And we have the B button, the A button, the start button, and the select button. Next, on the right corner, we have the directional control pad, close up, down, left, right, and a circle in the middle. Question mark, question mark, question mark for up. Walk to the right for the right arrow. Push button B at the same time to run. Down arrow, crouch, brackets, Super Mario only. Left button or left arrow button from the control pad. It reads walk to the left. Push button B at the same time to run. This is on page 3. Page 4. Subheading A button. Jump and swim. So for jump, we have Mario, or brackets Luigi, jumps higher if you hold the button down longer. Swim. When you're in the water, each press of this button makes you bob up. Asterisk. Don't get too lazy about swimming, or you'll get pulled under by the whirlpool at the bottom of the screen. Next subheading, B button. Accelerate and fireballs. For accelerate, press this button to speed up. Then jump and you can go all the higher. Fireballs. After you pick up the fire flower, you can use this button to throw fireballs. Final subheading, select button. Here we have a snapshot or a thumbnail of the Super Mario Bros. Title screen. Description reads, use this button to move the mushroom mark to the game you wish to play. This is on page 4. Page 5. We'll divide the page into 2 parts, starting with the subheading, Start button. Press this button to begin. Pause, : If you wish to interrupt play in the middle of a game, press the Start button. The pause tone will sound, and the game will stop. Press the Start button again when you wish to continue playing. The game will continue from where you left off. Asterisk. The top score will disappear if the reset switch is pressed or the power switch is turned off. Second half of the page 3. How to play. As this game proceeds, the screen gradually advances to the right. The Mushroom Kingdom is made up of a number of worlds, and each world is divided into 4 areas. The 4th area of each world ends in a big castle. The princess, as well as her mushroom retainer, are being held in one of the castles by the Turtle tribe. In order to rescue the princess, Mario has to make it to the castle at the end of each world within the given time. Along the way are mountains, pits, sea, turtle soldiers, and a host of traps and riddles. Whether or not you can make it to the last castle and free the princess depends on you. You're going to need sharp wits and lightning reflexes to complete this quest. This is on page 5. Page 6. On the top of the page, we see a full map of one world, level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4, or sections. And we can see the entire sections of different types of landscapes, including the subterranean dungeon that Mario has to go underground. And then there's the mushroom plateaus that he has to climb and from plateau to plateau. And finally, King Bowser's castle in the end, in level or section 4. Subheading reads, starting position and time progress. At the beginning of the round, play starts from the beginning of the area. However, once Mario gets about halfway through an area, he doesn't have to go all the way back to the beginning after getting done in by one of the bad guys. Asterisk. When you get to the last castle, you start the game over from the castle entrance. Next paragraph. When play starts, the clock in the upper right of the screen starts ticking away. Any time left on the clock when you get to the end of each area is added to your score as bonus points. Asterisk. There is no remaining time bonus when you get to the very last castle. We see 2 photographs on each side. The bottom left corner, there's a title that reads Finish Area. And it shows the directional arrow. And depending how high Mario jumps, he can increase the score at the end of each area by jumping on the flagpole. Next paragraph, the third paragraph reads, at the end of each area there is a small castle, but before you get to the castle, you have to go up a big staircase and jump onto a flagpole. The higher you jump onto the flagpole, the higher the bonus you receive. And in the bottom right corner is a thumbnail photograph of the actual video game scene with the flagpole and Mario reaching it and getting big score. This is on page 6. Page 7. Subheading, Pointers. Here's a photograph of Mario as the original Small Mario jumping and the Super Mario jumping onto the bricks. Jumping. Dot, 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 dot. And a dot. Mario and Super Mario both jump the same height. Bullet. The height Mario jumps depends on how long you hold the A button down. Bullet. You can use the control pad to make Mario hook to the left or right even in midair. Bullet. Pushing the B button makes Mario speed up, and when Mario is speeded up, he can jump higher. Next subheading, Bonus Prizes. Bullet. If Mario picks up 1 up mushroom, he gets an extra life. Bullet. If Mario picks up 100 coins, he gets an extra life. Bullet. In addition, there are other ways to get an extra Mario. So we have some illustrations. We have the 1-up mushroom. We have the coin. You get 100 coins, you can get 100. You can get an extra life. We have the mystery box with the question mark. It's like a metallic, shiny gold box with a question mark on it. And finally, the mystery. This is on page 7. Page 8. Subheading, Mario, Super Mario, Invincible Mario, etc. Next heading, Mario's friends. If you come across mushrooms who have been turned into bricks or made invisible, they reward you by giving you a power boost. With each boost, Mario changes into a different, more powerful Mario, as shown below. And below we have some of the power-up items Mario can pick up. We have, first of all on the list, the magic mushroom. Makes Mario grow and become more powerful. Next on the list is the fire flower. Enables Super Mario to shoot fireballs at his enemies. And finally, we have the Starman. Provides Mario or Luigi, as the case may be, with temporary invincibility. You can run right through enemies. You can actually plow through like a juggernaut, but it's only for a limited time. Finally, on the bottom of the page, we have a diagram. Description below reads, return to regular Mario when bumped into by a bad guy. So we have a diagram showing a small Mario. He takes or eats the magic mushroom. He grows into Super Mario. He takes or eats the fire flower and becomes Fiery Mario. Enables him to shoot fireballs at his enemies. And finally, the last diagram showing Mario, whether regular Mario or Super Mario. He takes the Starman, he becomes invincible, but only for a limited time. This is on page 8. Page 9. Asterisk. When Super Mario or Fiery Mario are bumped into by a bad guy, they don't die, but simply return to their old regular Mario selves. Asterisk. For a short while, after turning back into his regular Mario self, Mario flickers. During this time, he cannot be killed by bad guys. Brackets, he's invincible. Next subheading, how to topple the turtle tribe. Bullet, bad guys on top of the bricks can be taken care of by punching from below. Bad guys on the ground can be done in by jumping on top of them. If you bump into an enemy from the side or from below, you die. Asterisk, when in the water, no matter what direction you hit the bad guys from, you die. And here we have some illustrations of the different ways that Mario can defeat the Koopa or other enemies. You can hit them from below, as you can see this illustration, from the bricks. He can jump on one of the Koopas, and he can also kick a Koopa shell and hurl it toward two other Koopa enemies. Kick. Next bullet reads, if you stomp on a Koopa Troopa, he becomes a shell and stays motionless for a while. During that time, you can kick him and send him flying to knock down other enemies. Don't do this with real turtles, folks. These are Koopas, fictitious fantasy creatures in the video game. Moving on. Next bullet. When Mario has fireballs, use the B button to throw them and fry the enemy. Next bullet. Some bad guys can't be killed. Look out for these immortal creeps. One of the immortal enemies I can think of at the top of my head are the molten fireball creatures that jump up and down out of the molten lava in King Bowser's castle. Moving on. Last bullet. The points you get depend on how you kill the enemy. Try a few different methods to see which gives you the most points. This is on page 9. Page 10. Subheading, beware, the following are deadly. First bullet, bumping into members of the turtle tribe and other baddies. Walking into flames. Second bullet, when you bump into a shell you had once kicked. Asterisk. However, Super Mario turns into regular Mario and the game continues at that spot. Third bullet, when you fall into a pit or get sucked down a drain. Fourth bullet, time runs out. Now we have a beginning of a list of the enemies that Mario and Luigi have to battle on the way to rescuing the princess. First enemy, Little Goomba. It reads, a mushroom who betrayed the Mushroom Kingdom. One stomp and he dies. 100 points. Next enemy, Koopa Troopa, green. Soldier of the Turtle Empire. His orders are to find and destroy Mario. Jump on him and he stops moving for a while. 100 points. This is on page 10. Page 11. First square on the top left corner. Koopa Troopa, brackets red. This turtle is chicken, very timid. He gets scared easily and runs back and forth a lot. Jump on him and he stops moving for a while. 100 points. Next rectangle to the right, Koopa Paratroopa, brackets green. A bit out of control. He wings around aimlessly and comes at you all of a sudden. Stomp on him and he loses his wings. 400 points. Bottom left corner, rectangle, Koopa Paratroopa, brackets red. This turtle is under control, but likes to take it easy. Stomp on him and he loses his wings. 400 points. And final rectangle to the bottom right corner, Buzzy Beetle. Quite the toughie. Fireballs don't even faze him. 100 points. This is on page 11. Page 12. On the top left corner of the page, we have a very dangerous Koopa Troopa. He's called one of the Hammer Brothers. He's an armored turtle Koopa warrior with a hammer that he throws at Mario or Luigi. Description reads, these wily twin brother turtles come at you throwing hammers. 1,000 points. He's a good enemy to defeat if you can get a chance. You can outsmart him. Next enemy to the right is Spiny. He looks like a tortoise or almost like an insectoid with spikes on its back. The description reads, Lakitu's pet, but a wild fighter. You can't kill him by jumping on top of him. 200 points. Yeah, the only way to defeat this creature is to use fireballs. That's the only way I can... when I play Mario, I can't defeat him by jumping on top of him. Too dangerous. Lakitu, bottom left corner. He's a Koopa on top of a cloud, and the cloud has a smiley face. Description reads, the mysterious turtle who controls the clouds. He chases after Mario and drops Spiny's eggs on top of him. 200 points. Watch out for this dude when you meet him. Work on either becoming Super Mario and jumping on top of him, or it's much easier just to become Fiery Mario with the Fire Flower and to just shoot him out of the sky, because he is dangerous if you let him live too long. And finally, bottom right corner of page 12, we have the piranha plants. They do look like they're inspired from Little Shop of Horrors, the Venus flytrap monster. Description reads, man-eating plants that live in the flower pots. They show their faces quickly and without warning, so watch out. You can't kill them by jumping on top of them. 200 points. Fireballs are the only weapon that you can use that Mario or Luigi can use to defeat these creatures. This is on page 12. Page 13. Top left corner of the page. First enemy on this page reads Spiny's eggs. There's an illustration of the egg that is dropped down on Mario. Eggs of the turtle Spiny of Lakitu. I can't read everything here because it's part of it's damaged of the text. You can't destroy them by jumping on them. 200 points. Again, use your fireballs if you can. Best way to defeat them. Next character to the right is the Cheep Cheep, flying fish. Description reads, usually found in the water, but also sprouts wings and flies, so you have to be careful in the air too. Can't be killed from above while she's in the water. 200 points. You can use fireballs on the Cheep Cheep, and you can use the fireballs underwater as well, but any other way underwater, not going to happen. Avoid her at all costs. Next on page 13, bottom left corner, Bullet Bill. It's an anthropomorphic bullet. It reads, chases after Mario slowly but steadily. You can kill him by jumping onto him from above. 200 points. He's impervious, by the way, he's impervious to fireballs, I'm pretty well sure, but you can just jump on top of Bullet Bill. He's a lot of fun to deal with. Finally, the last enemy on page 13, Bloober, a giant squid. Chases stubbornly after Mario, a guy to look out for. You can't kill him by jumping on top of him. 200 points. Again, you can't jump on top of him, but you can use fireballs if you are Fireball Mario or Fireball Luigi. This is on page 13. Page 14. We have some more characters here, starting with the top left corner. Pod Obu. He's an invincible flame enemy. Protector of the great sorcerer Koopa King. He comes flying out of the lake of fire inside the Koopa King's castle. Do not engage with this enemy. Avoid him at all costs. He is invincible. Next character to the right. Mushroom Retainers, also known as Toad. Description reads, 7 mushrooms who originally served in the court of Princess Toadstool, but are now under the spell of the evil Koopa King. Bottom left character, Princess Toadstool, ? Princess of the Mushroom Kingdom. She is the only one who can break the spell of the evil Koopa King. You'll meet her at the very last castle. And finally, before the last boss, we have Jumping Board. If Mario jumps onto it, it goes up and down. Pushing the A button when the jumping board is all the way up makes Mario jump super high. Now for a moment there I was wondering why would they include the jumping board as a character in the game, but then I remembered the epic story of Super Mario Brothers at the very beginning of the book, that the Koopas, including King Bowser, used black magic on the people of the Mushroom Kingdom and transformed them into objects like rocks and flowers and trees and other not inanimate objects. So this is probably a mushroom person transformed into a jumping board. That's just my opinion. Leave your comments if you agree or disagree. And finally, on page 14, the last character and last enemy of each castle, Bowser, King of the Koopa. Here's an illustration of him. Description read, the Sorcerer King, holding Princess Toadstool captive in the last castle. He comes at you spitting fire. There are several ways to kill him, but you only get points if you use fireballs. ? Points. This is on page 14. Super Mario Brothers. Secret tricks. Shh, don't tell anyone. Page 17. Top of the page, there's a title. It reads Bulldozer Attack, and it's preceded by a symbol of a tortoise shell or turtle shell. First paragraph bullet. Kick one of the turtle shells and then run right behind it. Brackets, use the B button, and your path will be cleared for you as your enemies are sent flying. Asterisk. Just look out for ricochets. If the tortoise shell runs into a pipe, your attack will backfire, and you'd better move fast to keep from getting swept off yourself. There's an illustration here of Mario. After hitting a turtle shell, he knocks out 2 Goombas, but that turtle shell keeps moving, ricochets against the pipe, and comes swinging back at Mario. So watch out, Mario. Here comes the turtle shell. Next paragraph, bullet. If you want to get a lot of points, be sure not to leave any enemies alive behind you, since the more enemies you kill, the more new ones appear. especially when using the quote-unquote bulldozer attack. Make sure all the enemies on the screen are wiped out before continuing to the right. Next paragraph, bullet. Because the screen moves from left to right, there are enemies off the edge of the screen that can't be seen. You can't kill enemies you can't see by sending a turtle shell off the screen after them. Why not? Maybe they jump over the enemy when Mario isn't looking. ... exclamation point. Next paragraph. Strangely enough, however, if a kicked turtle shell bumps into a pipe off the screen, it comes ricocheting back at Mario. If you hear the sound of a ricochet, jump right away so you'll be ready when it comes flying back onto the screen. Next paragraph, bullet. When a turtle shell comes ricocheting back at you, it's possible, brackets, for a real pro, that is, to stomp on the turtle one more time and stop it. Last paragraph, bullet. There are plenty of other tricks. See if you can discover them on your own. Page 17. Page 18. First subheading, Chain Reaction Techniques. First paragraph, bullet. Use the old quote-unquote domino effect, brackets, ask your parents, to wipe out a bunch of bad guys one after the other to get high points. Here's an illustration to the right of Mario jumping from one enemy to the other, the Goombas in this case. 100, 200, 400 points. Next paragraph, bullet. Each coin you grab is worth 200 points. If you collect 100 coins, besides the points for the coins, you also get an extra Mario. Without a doubt, a lot of coins are tucked away somewhere, ... brackets. Why do ya suppose this is under quote-unquote chain reaction techniques? Brackets. Next subheading on page 18, top secret. First paragraph, asterisk. You get 50 points for each brick you smash, ... Try punching lots of different places. Asterisk. Next paragraph. There are several different ways to get an extra Mario, ... Try to figure them out for yourself. Final paragraph, asterisk. At the end of an area, brackets, after you jump onto the flagpole, fireworks may go off, and for each explosion you get 500 points. The reason the fireworks go off is a secret. See if you can figure it out. This is on page 18. Page 19. The heading reads, Compliance with FCC Regulations. First paragraph. This equipment generates and uses radio frequency energy and, if not installed and used properly, that is, in strict accordance with the manufacturer's instructions, may cause interference to radio and television reception. It has been type tested and found to comply with the limits for a Class B computing device in accordance with the specifications in Subpart J of Part 15 of FCC rules, which are designed to provide reasonable protection against such interference in a residential installation. However, there is no guarantee that interference will not occur in a particular installation. If this equipment does cause interference to radio or television reception, which can be determined by turning the equipment off and on, the user is encouraged to try to correct the interference by one or more of the following measures. First on the list is reorient the receiving antenna. Next is relocate the NES with respect to the receiver. Third on the list, move the NES away from the receiver. Fourth on the list, plug the NES into a different outlet so that computer and receiver are on different circuits. Final paragraph. If necessary, the user should consult the dealer or an experienced radio/television technician for additional suggestions. The user may find the following booklet prepared by the Federal Communications Commission helpful. How to identify and resolve radio-TV interference problems. This booklet is available from the U.S. Government Printing Office, Washington, D.C. 20402, stock number 004-000-00345-4. This is on page 19. Very briefly, let's look at page 20. Here we have a memo pad with some lined paper on the following page, on page 20. And I suppose you could write some journal entries on your adventures with Mario and Luigi, or you can write some technical Easter eggs or some tricks on this paper. I'm not really sure exactly what you could do with it, but let me know in the comments what you've written down on your Super Mario Bros. 1 for the NES Instruction Booklet memo pad. This is on page 20. Page 21. And here we have a continuation of the previous page, another memo pad, another memo lined paper where you can write your journals, entries of your adventures with Mario and Luigi, or maybe some Easter eggs or secret tips and tricks. Any other notes you have, let me know in the comments. What did you write down in this section of the Super Mario Bros. 1 for the NES Instruction Booklet? This is on page 21. Page 22. 90-day limited warranty Nintendo game packs. There's a lot of text here to read, so I'm going to divide this into two columns, starting with the left column first. First column from the left. 90-day limited warranty. Nintendo of America, Incorporated, brackets, quote-unquote, Nintendo, warrants to the original consumer purchaser that this Nintendo game pack, brackets, quote-unquote, PAK, pack, not including game pack accessories or robot accessories, shall be free from defects in material and workmanship for a period of 90 days from date of purchase. If a defect covered by this warranty occurs during this 90-day warranty period, Nintendo will repair the PAK or pack at its option, free of charge. Next subheading. To receive this warranty service. 1. Do not return your defective game pack to the retailer. Number 2. Notify the Nintendo Consumer Service Department of the problem requiring warranty service by calling outside Washington State, brackets 800-422-2602, or inside Washington State, brackets 206-882-2040. Our Consumer Service Department is in operation from 8 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time, Monday through Friday. Number 3. If the Nintendo service technician is unable to solve the problem by phone, he will provide you with a return authorization number. Simply record this number on the outside packaging of your defective PAK or pack and return your PAK pack freight prepaid at your risk of damage, together with your sales slip or similar proof of purchase within the 90-day warranty period to, the address is Nintendo of America Incorporated, NES, Consumer Service Department, 4820-150th Avenue, N.E. Redmond, Washington, 98062. Next paragraph. This warranty shall not apply if the Pak has been damaged by negligence, accident, unreasonable use, modification, tampering, or by other causes unrelated to defective materials or workmanship. The end of the first column on page 22. Moving on to the second column to the right on page 22. Page 22, second column to the right. Subheading reads, Repairs after expiration of warranty. First paragraph, if the Pak develops a problem after the 90-day warranty period, you may contact the Nintendo Consumer Service Department at the phone number noted above. If the Nintendo Service technician is unable to solve the problem by phone, he may provide you with a return authorization number. You may then record this number on the outside packaging of the defective Pak and return the defective Pak freight prepaid to Nintendo, enclosing a check or money order for $10 payable to Nintendo of America Incorporated. Nintendo will, at its option, subject to conditions above, repair the Pak or replace it with a new or repaired Pak. If replacement Paks are not available, the defective Pak will be returned and the $10 payment refunded. Next subheading, Warranty Limitations. Any applicable implied warranties, including warranties of merchant ability and fitness for a particular purpose, are hereby limited to 90 days from the date of purchase and are subject to the conditions set forth herein. In no event shall Nintendo be liable for consequential or incidental damages resulting from the breach of any express or implied warranties. Next paragraph. The provisions of this warranty are valid in the United States only. Some states do not allow limitations on how long an implied warranty lasts or exclusion of consequential or incidental damages. So the above limitations and exclusion may not apply to you. This warranty gives you specific legal rights, and you may also have other rights which vary from state to state. This is on page 22. Back cover. And here we have more of the starlit sky that was on the front cover. Here's a starlit sky, very nice outer space background. And below is the logo for Nintendo in red letters and a red rounded rectangle around the Nintendo text. Below that, in white letters, it reads Nintendo of America Incorporated, P.O. Box 957, Redmond, Washington, 98052, USA. Bottom right corner of the page, printed in Japan. This is the back cover of the Super Mario Bros. 1 instruction booklet. Woo! That was a lot of hard work reading those pages, but we finally got through it. And I'd like to thank you on TikTok as well as YouTube. This video will be uploaded on YouTube later on. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me flap my gums as I read through every single page from the Super Mario Bros. 1 instruction booklet based on the Super Mario Bros. 1 for the NES. I hope you found it at least helpful, if not entertaining. Thank you so much for watching, Keep retro gaming. I do appreciate all the retro gamers on TikTok and on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. Send some likes, send some love if you like retro gaming and retro gaming trivia. Subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified of future videos. I'm Jeremy from Video Gamers Oasis, wishing you a happy September 2024. And I'm going to be on my way now doing some other projects on my TikTok as well as YouTube. So I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.